morning. Oh, I do love my theme music. I've been dancing away here. How are you today? Good. Good shape. Excellent. Great news. I've got something fabulous for you today. Absolutely fabulous. Ooh. You hear people talking a lot about side hustle at the moment, and a side hustle is something you do on the side of your business or your job or whatever it is that generates extra income. And you know that I'm always looking for other opportunities to make extra money, because we should all have at least 5 different income streams. 5, okay? Minimally, as a family unit, we should have 5, but as an individual, ideally, you should have 5 as well. That doesn't mean 5 jobs. That means 5 things that generate income for you. 5 different income streams. Let's talk about that today. Let's talk about how you get a side hustle, something that can generate income for you on the side without the hustle, so you don't actually have to do any work. Before I go any deeper or any further, let's talk a little bit about who I am and why you're here. Lime green for the money. This is about money today. I am Andrea Kuchin. I am presenting my home biz tips to you through PhD and Follow-Up. PhD and Follow-Up was set up with me and my business partner about 10 years ago, helping small businesses with their follow-up strategies, which is part of a marketing plan. And over time, we realized that small business owners often don't have a marketing plan. So we introduced them to other marketing strategies that would help them grow their businesses. And then that turned into additional revenue streams like writing books, creating training courses, doing speaking at events to generate more income, finding products that aligned with the business that could be sold, those kinds of ways of generating residual income that connects to the business. 5 income streams, remember. Then things changed. COVID came, slam bam, lots of businesses were completely shut down, and people were looking for different ways of making money that were not necessarily connected to their business. And I was in the money industry a long time ago in the UK. So I've always been sort of interested in things like trading and stocks and shares, and this new cryptocurrency thing that came terrified me, but I realized that I was either going to go with it or drown, right? I could imagine that centuries ago in the markets where people traded their goods and their things for things. In other words, you had 6 chickens and you wanted a goat, you would trade your chickens for a goat, or 3 goats for a cow, or 2 cows for a horse, or whatever it was, right? You would barter and trade. And then one day somebody came along and said, hey, you see this tiny little round silver thing? You're going to use that instead. Can you imagine the outcry? Are you crazy? How is a little silver thing going to represent a cow or a goat or an egg? And yet we adopted it. And we couldn't have survived if we had not adopted it, right? And then somebody said, there's little round silver things. We're going to use paper instead. Can you imagine? Paper? Are you nuts? Paper isn't permanent. Paper can go soggy and disappear. Anyway, you can figure out the rest. So our mission, I've lost track of where I was talking about PhD and Follow-Up. Our mission became finding other ways of generating income, because your main business might not do it. Whether you're doing products and books and training courses and all the other fun stuff with it, it might not do it. And if you had trouble in COVID, even more so. Also, if you're stressed about making money in your business while you're trying to make money, that's not going to open up the energy flows for you to generate more income. It is more likely to shut things down. Now, you went into business to serve the community, to serve the world, and we need you to do that. So we need you not to be stressed about how much money you're making or not making, right? So what we want to do is give you other ways of generating income with no hustle, a side hustle with no hustle. In other words, you don't have to do it. It's passive, so that you're not worried about money and you can focus on your business. And eventually your business will make money. But at least in the meantime, you know that you're covered. So if you have questions or comments, text me or call me, 858-252-1190, 858-252-1190, or you can email me at andrea@phdinfollowup.com. You can also join the Facebook group. You might be watching me in the Facebook group. You might be watching me elsewhere. Join the Facebook group, PhD in Follow-Up. And it's all about getting more loyal customers and more referrals for your business, because that gives you a loop, a continuous stream of new people coming into your business. That's what we do at PhD in Follow-Up. Today, we're talking about a side hustle without the hustle. So when I started in MLM, some years ago now, I have to say, I was told that if it was set up right, you could have passive income. And I thought, passive income, I'm not even sure that's ethical particularly. Well, I still have reservations about how ethical it is, because I think there should always be an exchange, right? I think if you get something, you have to give something. And if you're going to give something, you should be getting something back, right? Exchange. So these get rich quick schemes where you can spend tuppence and make $3 million by next Tuesday are ridiculous, because there's no exchange, right? Which is why we've been working on making something real, like a training course or a book or doing a speaking event, as another way of generating income, because you're actually doing something real in exchange for your money. Nobody could ever say they didn't get anything. Now, that is slightly in conflict with my past of working in the financial industry for a hedge fund, making money on top of money. But that is also an ancient tradition, and it's how the wealthy get and stay wealthy. It's just, you do need a little bit of intelligence, and you do need a little bit of knowledge, and you do need money to get started. Only now, you just need the intelligence. You don't even really need any money. Money, pocket change. And you are supporting the businesses that you're connecting to, which helps support other people. And that, for me, is enough in terms of exchange, right? I am doing something to help support other people, which rewards me financially. Okay? I'm fortunate enough that I'm in the position to have enough money to get started. And $50 is all you need. Although I'd recommend 500 or 2,000 if you've got it. We're still talking peanuts in relation to having to have $200,000 spare cash if you want to be an accredited investor, which used to be the way it was. Or you needed to have at least 25,000 when I was working in a hedge fund. And as a staff member, I had to have 5,000 of disposable cash. You don't have that when you start a new job either. Anyway, so that is what I'm talking about today. How to put something in place that will build wealth for you in the future, or provide you with a regular income today, because you can have both, without having to put a lot of money in, or effort, or time. Which takes us back to when I started in MLM, I was told that I would be creating a team and I would be able to make money on their sales, which would generate for me passive income. Not true. The passive bit is not true. There was a lot of hustle and a lot of hassle involved in that aspect of the business. Now, it's amazing because you don't get other places where you can have that kind of leverage, because I've only got one pair of hands and I can only do so much work at a time. So if I can create a team and have them doing the work for me, just like the McDonald's franchises do, but you need, I think, $150,000 to get started in one of those. Or maybe that's old data. Anyway, tons of money. Same principle. You get other people, they do work, they are rewarded financially, and you get a little bit off the top. Great. But in MLM, it is not passive, because you still have to work, and you have to work with those people. You have to support them. You have to train them. You have to make sure they remain interested in the product so that they keep using it, whether it's a health product, whatever it is. So you need to set up mailing lists, keep in communication with everybody. These are all standard things that you do running a business or a side hustle. But that's not passive, right? Passive means no effort, no email lists, no phone calls, no talking to other people about making money, none of that. It's none of that. Just like in the old days, you buy a stock, you put it aside, you wait. Eventually, the value of the stock increases. Or you give somebody some money, they trade, you make a profit, right? Only in the old days, you needed a lot to get started, and now you don't. Okay? So I want you to go to abundancesnowball.com, where you will learn about at the moment it's four and growing, different opportunities that you can use to build wealth. All you have to do is get started. Put money somewhere. That's it. So you can take $100. Well, let's start with 50. You can take $50. You can buy some brand new cryptocurrency, which is supported by the real estate industry, or oxygen, or energy, or travel. And you can wait for those coins to increase in value, which they will, because as they are used, their value will increase, which is the same with all currency. The only reason that currency decreases is because banks print more of it. If they didn't, it wouldn't increase, which is why Bitcoin, I don't know whether this is going a bit too deep, but Bitcoin is halved every 4 or 5 years or so, halved in value, which means that there is still Bitcoin that hasn't been put into the market yet. So the value remains high-ish. Okay, I know it goes up and down and up and down, and you can actually follow, there's a pattern connected to when Bitcoin halves, and it will halve again next year. So if you're mining, the value of what you're mining will be 50% less at some point, probably sometime next year, 2024, just in case you're watching this at some point in the future, in which case, hello, time traveler. You can, for $50, invest in the real estate market, travel, oxygen, energy, hemp, I think, even. And what you would do is put money in and forget about it. And just check your email every once in a while, because you will be updated with the progress of what is happening. And at some point you can put a bit more in, then you can take some out as the value goes up. In other words, sell some, buy some, sell some, buy some more, buy something else, sell some, or just do what they call hodl, which is sit and wait. There you go. That's one opportunity, $50, and you're off and running. Or $100, you can put in a trading account with a European trader and have that money managed by a broker who could make a daily percentage. In other words, you'll get a little bit of money every day based on the trades, and you can take it out when you want to or put it back in again, or you can ignore it for a few months and go back and get a nice surprise to see how much it's grown. Again, you don't have to do anything. Or if you had, say, 500, oh, and that trading, by the way, is not cryptocurrency. It's what's called fiat currency, real money, ordinary money. Okay, so, or number 3, if you've got $500, you might want to invest in a company that does trade crypto. And the reason I suggest $500 is because they charge you a monthly fee, and you want to make more than that even on your first month, which you probably will if you put 500 in. It's a couple of percent a week or so. So over the week, over the month, you'll probably make about 9, 10, maybe 11% if you're lucky, which would be about $50. And you'll then pay a fee of $25. So you've made a $25 profit, right? And you're compounding, which means that you will then have 550. Okay. And then you'll have 500, anyway, my maths is not great, but it'll grow and develop. So in about 6, 7, 8 months' time, you'll have doubled your money. And then you can take your initial money out, your seed fund or your principal or your, initial investment. Not supposed to use that word because it's not really an investment, but the initial amount of money that you put into the program, you could withdraw. Now, that was my plan. When I started in October 2021, I said to myself, I'm just going to put 500 in, and then when it's double, I'll take it out. And when it doubled, I was having so much fun every week making money for doing nothing that I thought, hey, why stop? I'm going to carry on. So I did, and I do. And then the last one is, if you've got $2,000 that you could spare, you buy a certificate, and half the money gives you 4.15% every week, and the other, which you can withdraw or compound, and the other amount gives you about 6% every month, which you can withdraw or compound every 3 months, every quarter. Now, these are 4 different companies, 4 different opportunities. And as an added bonus, they do all pay you for referring other people. But they also pay you even if you don't refer other people. And that's where the passive bit comes in. So much as I hate the expression passive income, and I hate it when people talk about, oh, you can make passive income in an MLM or as an affiliate marketer, because you can't, because it actually takes a lot of work to do the marketing and then keep the people using the products so that your residual income comes in every month, right? It's residual income. It's not passive income. I'm not talking about the differentiation that the IRS might make. I'm talking about the actual practicality of your day-to-day life. I've given you 4 opportunities that you will find at abundancesnowball.com, where you can, with any amount from $50 to $2,000, you can make income every week without doing anything. That is passive. That is a side hustle. In other words, money coming in that's not your job or your main income stream without any hustle. In other words, with no effort, nothing to do at all. What could be more perfect than that? Seriously, what could be more perfect than that? I would not recommend that you put every single penny you've got into any of these programs, because there are no guarantees in life and you might not make money. But you can start with such a small amount that it wouldn't really matter if you lost it. That was my viewpoint. My $500 that went in October 2021, my viewpoint was, if I lose it, it's not going to kill me. Right? If I lose it, it's not going to kill me. I also put $1,000 in to one of these opportunities, which has grown in an absolutely insane way. Seriously, it's frightening, unbelievable. And I think that will possibly, most likely, happen again with another part of the company. There are things I've done for a long time. There are things I've started doing relatively recently. But I've been in business a very long time. I've been in finance a long time. I've worked with money a long time. I've got experience and training from my years in London in a hedge fund. So I understand more than most people. And I know immediately, well, I do some research and I can tell immediately if something is a scam or not. And I have seen thousands of scams, well, hundreds of scams. They look great. I even know people who've made money on them. So they say, I can get my money out, so it can't be a scam. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. But there are ways of seeing. So when I recommend something to you, it's been pretty security tested and safe. Again, no guarantees. And obviously, I have to give you the disclaimer that just because things have done well in the past, it doesn't mean to say that they're going to do well in the future. I have to tell you that because it's true. And I'm not an optimist, actually. If you talk to people who know me, especially people who've known me longer, they will tell you I am not by nature optimistic. I am extremely cautious. So again, if I recommend something, it's been tested by someone who is cautious, not by someone who's terribly enthusiastic and optimistic and says, oh yes, this is going to be great. It's great because I've tried it. Okay, so if you want a side hustle without the hustle, if you want some real passive income, what are you going to do? You're going to text me on 858-252-1190. You are going to email me, Andrea at PhD, in follow-up, because you want a side hustle with no hustle. So the information about all 4 opportunities is on abundancesnowball.com, which you can also reach if you go to PhD and follow up. You'll see the Abundance Snowball logo. So you can get there through that if you like. It's just one of the programs that we offer, but it's the money one, right? It's the passive one. It's the one that will allow you to do your business and do all the other things that we offer as well, which are to do with marketing. So abundancesnowball.com, so that you can create a hustle, a side hustle with no hustle. So thank you very much for joining me here today, me being Andrea Kuchin. I really appreciate your time because I know you're really busy and I very, very much want to give you value. And today, I could have given you tons of value, actually physically tons of value, because that's my aim in life, right? My aim in life is to give you value, help you grow your business, help you make lots of money. Even if you're not growing your business, we still want you to make lots of money so that you can do some work on your business. Okay, that's it for today. I will see you same time, same place next week, Tuesday, Pacific time, 11 a.m. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.